happened here?
Looks like we found the party.
It's been how long? Well, Wintermute Ep-5. It's finally complete. Let's dive on in.
I need your help. There's an isolated community in the northern part of Great Bear. Someone there is very sick.
What's in the case?
See, there's that thing about no questions, remember?
I'm looking for my friend. She was with me when my plane crashed.
I seem to recall the town somewhere up north, far. What was it called?
Hello? Is this the radio station at Perseverance Mills? Ask for Atwood. Atwood. Got it. What's the message? Wintermute.
I have wandered these paths a long time, friend. I was a walker, now I'm a watcher.
What's in the case?
I have no idea.
What is in the case?
They're all gonna pay now, Astrid.
Who are?
All of them. We've been in the background, in the shadows, invisible, overlooked for too long.
Well, well. Look what my guys found while investigating the old parts of the prison. Someone is seriously fucking with me.
Wake up, man. This is all about Donna. Don't you get that?
Astrid, you came. You said you would, and you did. But where is the case? Where is the cure?
There we go. We had a nice intro there to show us what we did before. I definitely needed it because it's been like 3 years since I played the story. Get up, Astrid. Some little kid.
Jack?
Felt someone watching you. Episode 5, finally. I tell you, man, I've been waiting for this forever. So glad it finally came out. I'll tell you what, it was pretty good so far. Can't wait to get to episode 2. Alright, time for more cutscenes. See you guys in a little bit.
Thank you for coming. I didn't dare to hope, but when I saw your face in that canoe, I wasn't sure if it was too late.
Where?
Oh, this is my home. You made it. To Perseverance Mills.
I woke up and I thought I saw a child.
God, I wish it were true, but I can't see how. My little sweet Freya. It's gotten worse since we last spoke. She's been asleep like this for days now. She comes out of it once in a while and seems completely lost. The other night I woke up and she was standing on the porch, door wide open, like she was going to take a walk. She was freezing. But she wasn't awake. It was like sleepwalking.
We knew these symptoms might come.
Did you bring the treatment you promised?
I did bring them, but on the way here, the plane came down in the mountains. I got separated from Mackenzie. I'm sure he has the meds, and I know he's trying to get to us. We just need time. He'll get here.
Astrid, I'm not sure we have the time. Whatever happened to Freya seems to be affecting others in Perseverance. Dr. Larson set up a quarantine about a week ago when the power first went out. But he's gone missing, and the whole town is afraid.
Quarantine?
Yeah. He thinks whatever is going on might be contagious. We've been trying to reach other towns on the radio, but nobody's responding.
Something's happened to the power. But also, it's more than that. I can't explain it yet, but it feels big.
People are getting frantic. Most are scared to leave their homes. Some are talking about breaking quarantine.
The doctor must have had a good reason for establishing it. If it is something contagious, we need to keep it from spreading further.
I think we have bigger problems. People have gone missing, and a couple have turned up dead. Some people are saying there's a killer from out of town, preying on people, catching them out in the forest, strangling them, drowning them. There are all kinds of crazy theories. Everyone is scared, and nobody's thinking too straight.
It sounds like the doctor may have had some ideas. Where can I find his clinic?
It's near the center of town. Not far from Cooper's Blind, the bar.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Be careful, Astrid. Freya's counting on you.
All right, time to go to the bar. Woohoo! Can we get a drink while we're in here?
What the hell was Larson thinking? Well, what's he supposed to do?
Ah, welcome to Cooper's. Haven't seen you around here before.
Right. I've been staying with a friend.
Ah, right. You're Jane's friend from the mainland. The one from the canoe. You feeling any better?
Yes, thank you. I'm looking for the doctor, Larson. Any idea where I can find him?
Well, you're not the only one looking for the man. The good doctor set up a quarantine here, what, a couple of weeks ago now? After everything stopped working. Said strange things were happening. People going missing, weird stuff. Not sure. He's usually such a level-headed guy. It's not like him to just disappear in the middle of all this.
When was the last time anyone saw him?
It's been days at least. It's a bit hard to keep track, honestly. Every day another refugee from the cold, or three, showing up and camping out here at the bar.
I'm sure they appreciate having a safe place to stay.
Well, most of them wouldn't stoop low enough to pass the threshold in good times, but I don't hold it against them. I'm happy to be able to help, as long as there's wood for the fireplace and booze for the patrons, that is. At least I don't expect the wood to run out.
Well, if you have any suggestions for where I can start looking for Dr. Larson.
His clinic is just up the street. He leaves a spare key at the bar in case of emergencies. I'm sure he wouldn't mind giving a friend of Jane's a chance to look around. He's almost family to them after all those hours sitting by Freya's bedside.
Thanks. I'll start there.
Might be worth taking a look at the constable's office, and the co-op too. This is a small town, so news and drama tend to show up in those places first.
Got it. Thanks.
Stay safe out there. And watch out for the mill workers. Someone tried to burn the place down about a week ago. They're convinced it's the same person running around murdering people in their sleep. So they're a bit on edge.
You don't sound like you believe in the murderer theory.
Not my place to say. I mostly listen to people and keep my opinions to myself. I will say that I've lived here for years. A remote place like this is dangerous by nature. We're always only one careless step away from a very bad situation. It can bring out the worst in people.
Thanks for the key. I'll bring it back when I'm finished.
You stay safe out there. And if you get too cold, feel free to come back to warm up a bit. I'll keep the fire going as long as I can.
Thanks. I'll be careful.
Alright, buddy. Thank you for the key. So we know what we gotta do. Now here are the bar patrons. They're talking about apparently they think someone's murdering people.
She woke up and he was out of the bed. The house was freezing. She went looking for him downstairs. Found the front door wide open.
Yeah, and people apparently are just going missing.
Got another one.
Right? Alright, here we go. Time for some notes. Looks like the doctor's writing a prescription there. I'll try to give you guys a little summary of what they say. If you want to read it, feel free to pause. Here we are breaking into the doctor's office. This note's just telling us that we could have got the key from the bartender. Here's where it starts getting interesting. This is all the medical stuff. I hear he's saying people are showing signs of dementia, but it's showing up in children. So obviously it can't be dementia if it's in children, right? What do we got here? Oh, it's locked. So we gotta go find this key. Requires garage key. Oh, let's go get one. We still haven't been to them two places. What we got here? The old constable's office. So it looks like the old police officer here was going out searching for some people. Good luck, buddy. It's rough out there. Here the doctor's telling the constable about his morgue. There's our key, though. Take that. Ooh, some wool socks, you know it. Now here is the awesome thing. I found the key for this gun safe. Yay, got a revolver. We'll take that. Alright, let's see what's in the store.
Okay.
Whoa.
An improvised morgue.
Right? Took the words right out of my mouth.
Dr. Larson did his best to maintain some kind of quarantine protocol for these bodies. Couldn't have been easy for him, being in such a remote location.
Right. It's plenty cold, though. You ain't gotta worry about him going bad. Jesus, leave the window open. Not sure what is this one's. Oh, guy thinks it's a.
I have
thinks
no
it's spreading.
rational explanation for my patient's altered presentation. All that is left is the irrational, and I do not want to go down that road quite yet. Ever since the night we lost power, everyone has looked to me for an answer. But my limited journals are useless without a connection to the mainland. I will press on, but I fear it is time to involve law enforcement. In whatever fashion the law remains on this tragic island, in the middle of this catastrophe. Doing my duty, I will pursue the leads that I can, as I can. I have enlisted the local constable as well. He is here lately on his usual rotation, if also eager to leave once he saw the basic quarantine I pushed for. But he is hardy, and he seems dependable enough. We will see.
Alright, Doctor. Well, what we got here? Just a nonsense note. See what this one says. Huh. Someone went crazy, huh? Alright, so now it's time to go searching for some people. Man, this bridge was very sketchy. Ooh. Take it easy. Woo. Made it across. There's a few dead bodies out here we gotta find. But of course, we gotta deal with him. No! Stop! Go away, wolf! Take that! Haha! Sprained my ankle, you dirty wolf. Yeah, you better run, buddy. So yeah, when you come out to this area, be careful. There are quite a few wolves running around. Right here, one's eating on a dead body. Get out of here, stupid wolf. That's right, buddy. Yeah, I think. Just looking at his clothing, it looks like the constable. I can't say for sure. Definitely looks like a police officer there, doesn't he? Just pop. That's why I hate putting a pistol in my hand just because of that. So here, if you're the second body I found was up behind this waterfall. Go up the mountain, then cut to the right. It'll take you right up behind it.
I can imagine getting lost and freezing to death in the night. But this seems different.
Yeah, it looks different. I mean, I don't know. It looks like he just laid there and died.
What the hell happened here?
Yeah, who knows? Didn't fall. There ain't nowhere to fall from. Alright, so the last place here, if you go, there's like a stream that goes down a canyon, and you follow it the whole way down here, it'll take you to this place. And this is the last body. Yep, take him on back to the clinic.
An autopsy's the only way I'll get... Well, that's not what I would have expected, honestly. Larson was clearly onto something, based on his notes and the questions he was asking. And those other bodies, the other missing people he mentioned in his notes from months ago. But how do they connect to these new bodies? What I can't figure out is that there's no obvious external cause of death. Nothing you'd have expected. No predation. No obvious injuries. If not for... I'd have said something maybe like a heart attack or hypothermic hallucination, but this body, it's like the others in Larson's notes. This person died with water in their lungs. Salt water. They drowned. It makes no sense.
Astrid?
Over here, Jane.
There you are.
I found some of the missing people.
Any of them still alive?
Unfortunately.
Okay. And?
I just completed an autopsy. And what I found... well, it doesn't make sense.
Does it have anything to do with what's going on with Freya?
I can't be sure. But until I know more, just stay close to her, okay?
A friend is with her right now.
Go to her. Stay with her. Don't let her out of your sight.
Astrid, you're scaring me.
There's just too much about this situation that doesn't make sense.
You sound like you know what's going on.
I don't. But I'm starting to build a theory.
Well, while you do that, can you check in on Terry?
Terry?
Yeah, our local DJ. He's really just a kid from the city, but he's been running a radio station from the old hut outside of town.
Wait, is this the conspiracy guy?
So you've heard of him. Some people in Cooper's mentioned they hadn't heard from him in a couple of days. They're worried, and Terry's the one broadcasting the quarantine message. So if we want anyone to hear it and come to help...
I get it. No message, no help. I'll take a look.
Be careful, Astrid.
Get back to Freya. I'll be fine.
Really. Be careful. I don't know what we'd do without your help.
Alright, after a long cutscene, let's go take a walk up to this radio tower. Tell you what, this guy is an interesting character for sure.
Smoke from the chimney. Good. Looks
there
like
she
someone's
is. Yeah, after playing this game for a while and no one's around anywhere, it's neat to see a bunch of people in a town, actually. Alright, weirdo. What do you want?
Look, I'm gonna bring them back, okay? I promise.
Excuse me, are you Terry?
Yeah, look, you didn't have to come all the way up here. I just need them for a bit longer, and then I'll bring them back. Wait, you're here about the batteries, right?
Batteries?
Yeah, car batteries. I just needed some fresh ones. It's like 9 out of 10 are completely fried, so it takes a while to find enough to get it working.
I'm not here about the batteries.
Okay, so... Wait, who are you anyway?
Get what working?
Huh?
You said it takes a while to find enough batteries to get it working.
Oh! You better come inside, because that's a story. Okay, so about 10 days ago, Doc Larson asked me to start broadcasting a quarantine message. He was worried about what he was seeing in the town, some weird sickness, people going missing, something with the dogs, too. You know, it's not the kind of thing I usually do with the radio, but I could tell it was important.
So this is before the power went out?
Yeah, before the lights in the sky and all the electronics went dead.
So, how did I hear you?
Huh? What?
I heard your message from the radio tower in Pleasant Valley after the lights in the sky.
Right, so even though the power was dead, some things were still working. Not well, but well enough. Lights flickering. The TV or radio in your house would suddenly come to life and then die again, almost as quickly. And I'm pretty sure that's even what triggered the fire at the mill.
People in town seem to think it was arson.
I think they want to believe that because it's easier than thinking everything electronic is suddenly trying to kill us, right? Anyway, I realized that if I hooked up a car battery to the radio, it wouldn't flicker on and off and on and off as much when the aurora was in the sky. So I grabbed all the batteries I could find and have been using them to power my transmitter, to broadcast the quarantine message like Doc Larson asked me to. And other stuff.
What other stuff did you do with the radio?
Okay, so anyway, I've been broadcasting this message for days. Doc Larson had gone missing by then, and people were freaking out. People were going missing. Some turned up dead. We didn't know what to do about the quarantine. So I kept broadcasting, but this time asking for help. And then out of the blue, I got a response.
You did?
Yeah. Some guy. He asked about a doctor? He was cutting in and out.
Right. He was looking for me.
Whoa. Okay. I tried to tell him Doc Larson was already missing. I could hear him, but he couldn't hear me.
So that's the conversation I overheard.
Okay, but that's not the interesting thing.
There's more.
Yeah. 2 things. First thing, a few days ago, I picked up a distress signal. I couldn't make sense of it, because it was a lot of gibberish and maybe not all of it in English. I don't know, I was a little high. Then, I realized it was coming from a ship, but it wasn't on any of the normal frequencies, and it didn't make sense.
Did they broadcast coordinates?
No. But I was able to figure it out, based on signal strength. The signal came from the bay just north of town. Desperation Bay. I meant to check it out myself, but frankly, I'm scared as shit to leave this place. I think there's probably a murderer out there.
Point it out on a map and I'll see what I can find. What's the second thing?
Okay, second thing. This one is especially cool, like something big. About a week ago, I was just minding my own business, rotating the shortwave around to see what I could pick up. And something absolutely massive came through. This was just before the power went out, now that I think about it.
What do you think it was?
No idea. But whatever it was, the signal was powerful enough to take out my favorite unit. I've never seen anything like it. Just fried it, just then and there. I mean, I had to dust off this archaic museum piece to keep broadcasting. It literally uses vacuum tubes, for crying out loud. How else am I gonna keep calling for a doctor or someone to help protect us from the murderer?
Terry, what do you think the signal was?
I've never seen or heard anything like it before. Signal monitor was off the charts. It just buried the needle, and then some. I'm telling you, I don't know what it was, but what I can tell you is...
Yes, Terry?
It came from up there.
Alright, so it's time to go on an adventure. There's the old lighthouse. Wasn't too hard to get here, but after this, it can get pretty confusing.
Some kind of cargo ship.
Yeah, I can't see no cargo ship.
After it ran out of fuel. That must be the ship Terry heard the message from.
It's definitely over there, though. Alright, so there's like this ice maze you gotta get through at this point. I could not tell you how I got through it. I think I just got lucky.
Make out the ship's name. Looks like Katsumaru. Sounds Japanese.
Long way from home, guys.
How did he get all the way out here?
Yeah, the ship is pretty interesting.
Hello? Anyone? Alive?
Yeah, I found a lantern. It's always a great find.
What the hell?
Hey, guys are tied up in here.
Tied up?
Good question. Searching, why not? Oh man, ship's falling apart or something. Yeah, it was definitely creepy, especially when I had the flare on. Yeah, now I got the lanterns on. It's not so bad.
What happened on this ship?
Some craziness for sure. Let's see what the note says. Do not untie them. Leave tied. Okay. Oh shit. Good old jump scare. Jeez, man. Holy Christ.
Whatever happened on this ship? Looks like things got worse and worse over time.
Yeah, I'll say.
I really need to get out of here. Feels like a frozen tomb.
Jeez. I ran out of words for this place. It's just out of control.
Crew issues are escalating. Personality disorders, ongoing insomnia, bizarre lapses in judgment. The new captain has tasked me with resolving the situation, but none of my interventions have had any effect medically. Only strong sedation has kept some of the crew from self-harm and emotional breakdowns. Talking and writing has seen some benefit, if only for camaraderie. But I'm no psychologist. Their sense of self, of their relationship to time and identity, all dissolving. The captain seems intent on keeping any estimate of rescue or landfall to himself. And without more help, I don't see a peaceful end to what is taking place among us. All that is left is doubt, and the face I present to the men.
Oh, it sounds like you're having some rough times there, jeez. Uh-oh. Yeah, force it open. Oh! Jeez. They definitely were amping up the creepy parts in here.
Someone destroyed all the radio equipment. Must have been after Terry picked up the distress call.
Very suspicious for sure.
Why would you send out a message and then destroy the radio afterward? Unless you didn't want to be found.
Yeah, imagine. Why would you call it? Have to be up to no good, right? You're destroying the equipment afterwards. The old sea charts.
Okay, I'm no sailor, but best I can tell, the ship was passing well north of Great Bear Island until about 3 weeks ago. Based on the chart, the originally plotted course was modified multiple times. till the last coordinates plotted on the map, which are still over 500 kilometers north of here. Was the ship lost? Did something happen to the engines? Or maybe the navigation equipment? At some point, they must have lost power like everything else. And then they just drifted here. Very, very far off course. And someone kept updating the chart with their best guess of their current location. So the boat drifted without power for a while. Yeah, but it doesn't explain anything about what happened to the crew. Or why everyone is dead. Or missing. What is really going on here?
Yeah, I agree with her. What's really going on here? Did the crew, like, bring some kind of disease with them?
Best I can tell, it's been 14 days now since they picked me off my trawler. Engine dead, no GPS, dense fog, and this big bastard of a ship appears out of nowhere. They had jury-rigged some diesel contraption that kept the screws turning, but barely. Crazy but smart as hell, these guys. At least what's left of them after their old captain wandered overboard. And we keep coming across small boats with some survivors. They all have the same story. The lights showed up, and their ships went dark. No power. A few speak English, but they can't seem to tell me what the hell happened after the lights showed up. As much as I'm grateful they found me, they dropped me into a big mess by electing me captain. But I know these waters, and based on how badly the crew is holding up, I wouldn't trust them to find a port anyway. Guys tied to their bunks, men throwing themselves into the sea. Never seen or heard of things going sideways like this, no matter how long they've been out. They keep jabbering about the call of the lights and a burning fire. It's for sure a damn strong aurora some nights, but I don't see what's so mystical about it all. But we have enough food for now, calm seas, and a good course for landfall soon.
Alright, not really much there in the captain's log, but something. The light took them. Okay. Got ourselves a nice cutscene.
Oh my God. What happened here? It's worse than I ever imagined. I need to get back to town and warn everyone.
Yeah, that was some craziness for sure. I'm glad I didn't have to walk back to town myself. It just automatically cut scenes right to here.
We have to get out.
Oh, steady, girl. Catch your breath.
She looks cold. You give her a whiskey.
Let's try that again.
We have to get out. The aurora, the lights in the sky, the missing people, the ship, they are all connected.
What's she saying? What ship?
She isn't making sense.
The cargo ship, the Fukatsu Maru, stuck in the ice in the bay. The missing people, all called to the water, trying to drown themselves. The ship's crew and passengers, all dead. The aurora singing to them. We have to get out. We need to find shelter somewhere inland, away from the water.
She wants us to leave town in the middle of this quarantine?
And with a murderer out there?
There's no murderer! Please, we need to go. It's not safe.
Maybe she's right.
She sounds crazy.
But go where?
What is she talking about?
Drown themselves.
What ship?
Listen to me. If you want to live, everything that is happening right now is somehow connected to the Aurora. I can't explain how, but I know we are not safe here.
Astrid! Are you okay?
Jane! We need to get out. We need to get Freya and get out.
But what about Freya's treatment? You said Mackenzie would get it here.
He will. I still believe it. But it might not be enough. It might be too late.
Let's go back to my house. We can talk about it there.
No! You don't understand the Aurora!
I'll make you something warm. Some soup, and we can check on Freya.
It's happening again!
What is?
It's just like in my research. I couldn't help them, most of them. I couldn't help them. Just like the people on the ship.
Something's wrong with her.
No, I need... Mackenzie, why aren't you here?
I'll take her.
No, we have to get these people out.
Hey, look! Someone finally heard my distress call.
Oh, not him.
Well. Looks like we found the party. You leaving so soon?
Yeah, screw you, buddy.
Doctor.
Well, alright, guys, that was part 1. Hope you enjoyed.